least 1,000 Israelis and 14 Americans have been killed as a result of Hamas's attack on Israel. The White House says at least 20 Americans are missing or unaccounted for still. And as you just heard from the commander-in-chief, Americans are believed to be among the hostages being held by Hamas. President Biden saying this afternoon he expects congressional action in the coming days.
When Congress returns, we're going to ask them to take urgent action to fund the national security requirements of our critical partners. This is not about party or politics. This is about the security of our world, the security of the United States of America.
Hello to you all. Thank you for being here. Obviously still trying to put the puzzle pieces together on this and sort everything out here, Morgan. I found it interesting today that President Biden said when he spoke to the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that if this happened in the U.S., he said we would act swift, decisive, and overwhelming, essentially giving Netanyahu the green light, right?
Not that Netanyahu needed it from us, but yes, he did. And I appreciated the president's comments about it not being about party and not being about politics, because it doesn't matter, you know, for the 11 Americans, at least, that were killed and the unknown number of hostages, it doesn't matter what political party you are. It only mattered that that you were in the state of Israel. I mean, we know that the Italians also have people, hostages. We know that they killed at least 40 Arabs, right? So while they did go after Jews, I think it's also important to remember they were just killing indiscriminately. This wasn't on behalf of the Palestinian people. So I also would say, and just, you know, to let our audience know, in the coming days, we probably won't hear a lot about the hostages. The president referenced it. That's because the people who do this for a living are working very diligently behind the scenes. I'm sure, again, the people who do these type of extractions are working with the Israeli military. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hear a lot out of the administration, and you just, you know, pray that the people that know best can get them out. But I think, you know, listen, I wanted to hear the president say more about Iran today, because I do think that that's the head of the snake. That's the cause of all of this. But at the end of the day, as a Jewish American, I appreciated his unequivocal support for our strongest ally and strongest friend.
Did he say enough, Johanna?
Well, he did. And he also said that we're stronger and more secure when we are acting according to the rule of law. And that's the difference, right, with a terrorist organization that's acting indiscriminately, and us and Israel, who are going to act according to the law. And that's actually very important, that we do respect that there are human beings, innocent Palestinians, who are also going to be affected by this terror.
I got a real problem with the president's speech today.
What part?
The part is that he really didn't mention Iran. Okay, let's remember, Hamas does not fire a BB without Iran's okay. And frankly, his appeasement over his administration is why we're in this situation where Hamas feels emboldened to go into Israel and kill Jews indiscriminately. I also did not hear, to a point that Morgan, you did brought up, what is your plan to bring Americans home? That's what Americans care about. Yes, the Republican Party overwhelmingly supports Israel.
But Morgan's saying you can't really talk about that plan publicly.
But you can tell the American people, you can give them something and say, hey, we're doing everything I can. We have an update that does not violate any.
When you want Iran's cooperation to go to Hamas and tell them to stop this, now you cannot go hard at Iran. They're still in the back, behind the scenes, negotiating this $6 billion. Everything is on the table. They have to keep it on the table. They can't go out there and show all of their cards.
But I'm going to let Scott speak, but just there is two groups of people that we're referring to. One is the hostages, which is an unknown number of Americans. The second is probably this, again, a rough estimate. We talked about this yesterday on the show, Blake, 200,000 Americans who live or are visiting. We saw some church groups, you know, earlier today saying that they couldn't get out. So just to be clear, we can be very vocal about 200,000 Americans that may be stuck there, the hostages that will probably need to be behind the scenes.
Yeah, but you know, my Republican friends who want to connect Iran to this, Iran is certainly a problem, but I think the president is hesitant to bring up Iran until they have the data to support that. And that's going to take some...
Jake Sullivan was actually very strong on this. Jake Sullivan at the podium was very strong about this. He said they are complicit. They have been funding this for years. They are responsible for all of what has happened because of their complicity. That is separate from the president of the United States going up there and saying we're going to start a war with Iran when we don't have any proof that it was Iran.
Wait a minute.
Yesterday, Lindsey Graham
Nobody said anything about a war. The problem is you have to put pressure on Iran, and President Biden has not done a good job on that front. That's why Hamas feels emboldened.
Well, let me just say this. There's another part to this. We've got to be able to get in and get those hostages out. Israel wants to reduce Gaza to rubble. Got it. But I think we ought to be smart and surgical and do both at the same time, because a lot of American lives are there. A lot of other international citizens are there as well. And then, of course, Jews and Palestinians are there. And if you go in and reduce it to rubble, indiscriminately, then that's going to be a problem, too. Are you really winning?
A little bit of context, though. Okay. Hamas does use human shields. They are known to do this. So you will see them use human shields. You will see them put, quote-unquote, civilian deaths up there that were actually militant deaths. So be very leery of the propaganda coming out of Hamas. They are licking their chops to use these hostages as human shields. They're beheading them. They are threatening them. This makes ISIS look like a cakewalk. Savages.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.